Hello everyone, welcome to the Ahdurin region. I'm your host, Ahdurin himself. Welcome back to Ace Attorney Justice for All, already in progress. This is a series that's happening on the weekends on this channel. It's non-Pokemon content, so you can check out the playlist in the description below for older episodes. We've done a couple so far. This one's probably longer. This is probably the length I'm aiming for, he says hesitantly. Obviously, I'm recording this and I don't know how long it is, but I'm going to make the assumption that it's longer than previous episodes and it's going to be the more bigger chunks that this game tends to work with. Without further ado, assumption is that you'll understand what's happening so far. Who's your favorite character from this case? That's our question of the day. Speaking of questions, we're going to be asking a lot of them as we jump back in to this case. As we jump back in, he says, thank you. Okay. September 8th, 11:43 a.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby, number 1. Amnesia? Oh, that's right. We don't know what's happening. Because our big brain is less big-brained. I can't believe my lawyer's trying to defend me in such a state. Why didn't you tell me, sir? I'm sorry I didn't mention it to you. I wish I'd remembered. Oh, I know what to do. I heard you can fix something like this with a really strong shock to your system. So how about we just shock you a lot? Come on, lower your head a little. A Maggie kick should be all you need. First off, no. And second off, no. Yeah, no. We're not doing that. No. I think I'll pass on that one. Come on, I'm sorry. Whenever I see someone in trouble, I have a hard time leaving them alone. I tend to stick my nose where it doesn't belong and try to tackle everyone's problems. I feel bad for you. However, the Maggie kick is not exactly the best solution for this case. Well, my head's one problem you won't be tackling today. Please. Well, we're here to solve your problem first. We can deal with mine later, okay? Because the instincts are in there of being a good defendant or defense lawyer. You get the gist. Anyway, for now, do you think you can fill me in on a few things like, huh, and what, and where, and all the basics? Yuppity doodles, of course. I'd be honored to. I guess we'll start with my name, and then I can tell you about me. Oh, we're good. We're doing this halfway through the case. No, that's okay. Really, I think I know you and your name pretty well by now. It was literally vital to the case, so like we're good there. I was wondering if you could help me figure out a few things about myself, though, like who I be. So my name is Phoenix, right? What a weird name. This is serious. You really don't remember. I'll tell you what, sir. You can have this back, and maybe it'll help. This is a business card? It's my business card. You can actually even it's sort of readable, the word Phoenix right in the center. I got this from you. It's my most prized possession. You can borrow it for now, but please give it back, okay? Yes? Theoretically, I should have a bunch of these. Why do I not have these in my pocket? Phoenix, you're a terrible lawyer if you're not bringing your own business cards. Alright, there's some numbers written on the back here. Oh, that's your cell phone number. Alright. Business card added to the court record. That apparently means it's going to be very important. I guess for now we should stop talking about me, start talking about this case. Yes, this case. Yep. Can you think of anything that would be helpful for me to know? Anything we've already discussed? Anything we're about to discuss? Anything that's discussion worthy? What can I tell you? I can't think of anything other than the incident with that cell phone, but go for it. That. The cell phone. Talk to me. What cell phone? Yeah, your eyes lit up when we talked about it at the detention center, sir. The cell phone's important. What cell phone? Okay. Hurry up then and tell me. Come on, go on, let's go. Let's rehash this case. Hey, cell phone. What? Oh, gosh. This might be very important. Yep. Okay, Roger. What am I telling you? What are we doing? What's happening? It was on the day of the crime, just before 6 p.m. I picked up a lost cell phone while on a walk with Dustin. Okay. Cool phone number. Fun little thing there. All of a sudden, the phone began to ring. Beep. Hello? Oh, this is Maggie. Hello? Oh, thank you. I've been searching for my phone. Is this yours? Oh, I'm glad you called. We can meet up and I can give this back. I'll be right there. I'm sorry. I didn't catch your name. You can call me Maggie. Okay, cool. We agreed to meet up at 6 p.m. Dustin and I waited for the person to show up, but they never did. Why did my face light up at that? So where's the phone you found now? I gave it to you yesterday. Do I have it? Guys, do I have it? Huh? To me? Is that phone in my pocket? So, you mean this thing? Do you think it has anything to do with the murder? This isn't my phone? I don't really know, but if my eyes lit up, then it probably does. Ah! You were here all along. Who is this? You're so mean. The GOAT! The MVP. The greatest of all time. Guys, this is one of my favorite characters. This is also a fan favorite character. In fact, a lot of people generally like question mark over here.
You're so mean. I called you 1,000,000 times, but you wouldn't pick up. And when I went to check in the courtroom, everyone had already left, and I couldn't get things done properly, and I was out here being a good little assistant like I'm supposed to be, and I didn't even stop for burgers, and we were trying to do this.
Anyway, now who in the heck is this? I know you. Sarah, no, not Sarah. Jenny, I don't know. Let me guess. I'm supposed to know this girl too.
Hey, good morning, Maggie. And a good morning to you too, Maya. So, how's it going?
It's Maya. That's it.
Is there a word for worse than abysmal? Oh? And what if I said that everything will be fine? Because I'm the MVP. I'm the Queen of the Ring. Let's go. That's right, it's Maya to the rescue with the ultra decisive, super important, extra awesome evidence. Right here. Here you are, Nick. The thing you wanted me to bring. I don't understand a word of it. It's written in lawyerese.
Huh? Oh, thanks. This is what? A list? It has about 20 people's names and phone numbers written on it.
It was kind of tough, but I managed to dig up some dirt. Literally grabbed the shovel, and then I realized that you were talking like a metaphor and not literally digging up dirt, so I decided to put the shovel away. By the way, we bought a shovel, unrelated. That's gonna be like expenses, okay? So remember that. It looks like these guys are up to no good.
No good, huh? As in...
Well, there's a group of con artists the police are currently investigating.
Huh. Con artists. I see.
I think these guys are members of that group.
I see. Names list added to the court record, and we are now intrigued. Why would a group of con artists pop up in a case like this?
Don't look at me. Look, you said dig up dirt. I dug the dirt. I'm not supposed to sift through the dirt. That's your job.
And where'd you get this list from in the first place?
What? Don't you remember, Nick? You gave me a whole speech about it. I was busy trying to find another waterfall to go under, and you were sitting here talking about details. You're the one who asked me to look this up yesterday.
Is that right?
These numbers were in the memory of that phone Maggie found.
So that's where they're from. What does this mean?
You're awfully forgetful these days, Nick.
I hope I never get to be a forgetful prune like you. Maya, you don't... I love you, Maya. But no, we ain't doing this, okay? Forgetful. I'm in my 20s. Both of us, both Phoenix and I think, in this game are in our 20s. Calm your young self down, okay?
Maya, actually, Mr. Wright is...
Mr. Wright, recess is now over. Oh, apparently Maya's not going to find out. Please bring the defendant and return to the courtroom immediately.
Oh, oops. Guess you gotta get going.
We can talk about you being old later, Nick. Wish us luck. Well, I guess I have all the pieces now, more or less, theoretically. All that's left is to put it all together. I'm not going to lose this. I can't. I don't have a choice.
Come on, Nick. Better get a move on.
Yeah. All right, here we go. September 8th, 11:54 a.m. District Court, courtroom number 2. And we're back. Maya's joining us. Yes. Court will now reconvene. Please call your next witness to the stand, Mr. Payne. Somebody give me a lozenge.
Yes, Your Honor. But before I do, if I may say a few words...
What is it, Mr. Payne? Frankly speaking, you know, this case has gone on long enough. This isn't even a cool case.
It's about the next witness. He has a tendency to say things that rub people the wrong way, you see, so... I ask that the court may be a little lenient on...
No, there's no need to give a preface. Hurry up, call your witness. If he insults me, I'll slap in the face with a gavel. Thank you, Judge. Appreciate it.
Yes, Your Honor. The prosecution calls its next witness a drifter who was taking a walk in the park on the day of the murder.
Payne, you didn't even get a name. Alright, here's your drifter here.
Please state your name for the court, witness.
I gotta think of a voice for you. We've seen this character obviously before, but I don't remember what voice I gave because it was a long time ago, and now I gotta think of one. So I'm just gonna go over dramatic, flamboyant, because that kind of gives the vibes. Before I do, I'd like to clarify a little something. Oh, I like the Pegasus voice for this guy.
Huh? Oh, alright, go ahead.
Just now, you introduced my wonderful self to the court, correct? Perhaps as a drifter who was taking a walk?
Did I? Is that what I said? Somebody get the court record?
But I will not stand for that. Now you've tinted the court's eyes and colored me wrongly. Sure, I suppose because my university student will be able to do with given and settle the depth of the able death. I believe my life has been kept no strides of great quality. I'm merely looking for the top, the perfect, unbeatable university. My selection during its walk. And, most of the words I said were accurate.
Yes, I'm very sorry. I understand. I'll be more careful. What is he, a human chatterbox?
You know, despite this amnesia, he reminds me of somebody. Yeah. To question him. Ho ho ho. Yeah. Fashion, cars, women, glasses, and of course university. First rates only need apply.
Glasses?
But you aren't wearing glasses. Also glasses, yeah. Come on. I'm a glasses wearing guy. We don't need this. That's enough, your name, witness, please. Gosh. Oh my goodness. Oh, is that how you want to play this? Using your power and influence to keep the young people down. I see how you work now. You old people and your dirty tricks. You thought you had me, but you thought wrong. I'm sorry, it won't happen again.
Judge! Come on, man, use your old people powers.
Oh, man. I forgive you. All right, I suppose I can tell you my name. I am Richard Wellington, the drifting virtuoso with a PhD in drifting, as it were. It's a je ne sais quoi of the arithmetical advantages provided for by universitial societies.
Half those words aren't real. Shush.
If you wanted to, you could call me a university student in transit.
Mr. Wellington. On the day of the murder, you were taking a strolling through the park, correct?
It would appear that you are attached to that word. If you must, then, by all means. But I remind you that I am in no way a prepubescent boy out on a walk with Mummy. If you must know, I am...
Anyway,
please. Please, I think I'm getting a little sick all of a sudden.
Please, testify to the court what you saw during your walk through the park.
So you said it again, taking a walk. You know, you... Judge is just like, come on. What you witness will do, Mr. Wellington. Please. We have things to do. I have a date with my wife tonight. What I saw that day. What did you see that day? I was at the park all afternoon, deep in thought about my life situation. I don't remember the time all that well, but I do believe it was past 6 p.m. All of a sudden, a police officer falls from above, right in front of my eyes. Without a thought, I looked up, and there I met the eyes of a charming young lady. Of course, I remember her sweet face. Points in the one direction there. It was that of the pretty defendant there. The only other thing I saw was the bandana that fell with the police officer. That was certainly a decisive testimony.
Decisive? Nick, did you hear what he said? He said something about a freaking banana.
Yeah, I got that.
That's all you have to say? How can you be so calm?
Because I know what I'm doing, Maya. Calm down. It's strange. My mind's very calm and clear. Maybe it's because I believe in my client.
You mean Maggie?
Yeah, and if she really is innocent, that can only mean one thing. That guy's lying. Yeah! Let's go. Phoenix is back. You may question the witness. Let's question. I'll find out the truth, no matter how well you craft your lies. That was a really dramatic way of doing that, but sure, why not? What I saw that day. Alright, let's go into it. You're at the park. What life situation, though? So you were at the park all afternoon? You seem to have a lot of free time. That was very rude of you, but then again, what can I expect? That's what you get from a man who graduated from a no-name trashy university. It's funny, because, in my case, that's definitely not true. If you're in like a specific, if you're in a specific field, my university has a lot of like name. Anyway, I don't want to brag, but that I went to college. There you go. Quote Plankton. No name trashy. Now this might be hard for a mush-headed, feeble-minded baboon like yourself, but I have to think very carefully about the future of our great country. Please don't think very carefully about the great country. You can think about yourself and then just go sit in the corner over there while people that actually know what they're doing run the country. He says, hoping that's the case. But I thought you said that you were thinking about which college to go to just now. Oh, please. Which university I go to will directly affect the very future of this country. That arrogant little snot-nosed son of a biscuit-loving... I don't remember the time all that well, but I believe it was past 6. Okay. How did you know what time it was? I see you're not wearing a watch, so... It's pure instinct now. Is that the best you can do? Do you really think you can discredit me like that? You're just a third-rate, biased fool. Guess I can't expect real smarts from you. You're a third-rate duelist with a fourth-rate deck. How dare you? Gah, his arrogance is really intolerable. So what should I do now? You press him harder. You punch him in the face if you got it. Alright? Answer the question. How do you know what time it was? Tisk, tisk, tisk. Can't believe I have to deal with a worm like you. Well, this worm's about to start biting. You're just a shallow man who can only slam on desks and point at people for fun. That's my job. Guess I don't have a choice. I'll try to explain it so that even a third-rate simpleton like you can understand. There was a little thing they called a clock at the park. Did you get that? Do you know what the clock is? It's a thing that tells you the time. As you can see, Mr. Wright, it's even in this picture of the crime scene. I want you to tell me so that if you were to lie and say something stupid, like it was on the wall, I would then punch you in the face verbally. Well, so it is. I looked at that clock and that's how I knew the time. But if you ask me, this whole concept of breaking time apart, the fragment is still the other nonsense no man should follow. A real first-class person live by no means changed by time and the way to watch. What a ridiculous notion. People should live freely without constraint. That's how life should be. Bam, I got all those words. Another meaningless flood of words, but I got all of them. Talk about a first-class wasted time. In any case, there's more words. All of a sudden, the police officer falls from above. Just falls from the sky? And how did you know he was a police officer? Valid question, actually. You obviously had no idea how powerful my deductive reasoning skills are. My man, not now. With one glance, I could tell just what kind of an occupation he held. That shoddy do-it-yourself hairstyle practiced scream on police officer. Also, the way he tied those cheap low-cut shoes, and I also suppose it was wearing a uniform. Okay. Shouldn't that statement have come first?
Well, that's pretty impressive.
Maya, no.
Hey, Nick, do you think he's figured out what I do?
Maya, I'm not sure you know what you do, and you're good at it. Even I haven't figured that out yet. Phoenix also has no idea what's going on, so that doesn't help either. You met in the eyes of a charming young woman. Are you sure you got a good look at her face? Animals have this thing called an eye, Mr. Wright. They use this eye to see things. I would know. I'm Pegasus all of a sudden. And in this case of humans, we have 2 of them. Yes, even you. It's a great shock, I know. That's it. I don't care if I have them or not. Did you get a clear look at the face? I don't care if I have them. What? Did you use yours? Oh, great. Payne's objecting.
That's what the witness was just about to get to. I would like to request that Mr. Wright not use such a loud voice during questioning. It's my job.
Sustained, Mr. Wright. Shush. I mean, please refrain from raising your voice.
Please don't make me have to raise my voice, Mr. Wellington.
Hum. Are you finished? I'd like to continue if that's all right with you. Sure, why not? Yeah, you see the defendant. Okay, so you're sure you're not mistaken? Please, don't confuse your pitiful train wreck of a life with mine. Excuse me? What is that supposed to mean? I'm what you call a famous brand name product, while you are only a cheap imitation. Yeah, and cheap imitations tend to... First off, I'm the original, so don't even give me that. Okay, I'm Phoenix Wright. Okay, I don't know what lawyer town you're from, but you ain't me. Second off, cheap imitations are worthwhile sometimes, you know, you gotta help with the broke folks like myself. There is no way someone as magnificent as myself could have made a mistake.
Of course.
Pain, please don't. Actually, you know what? You do what you want. I don't care. Oh, ho, 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 ho. Of course. Yeah, that's great. Did you notice anything else of interest, Witness? Please, and thank you. All right, the only other thing I saw was the banana. Oh, right, the banana. Excuse me. The banana. What banana? Well, there was actually more than just one, more like a bunch of bananas. What would a bunch of bananas be doing there? I don't know, your foolish self. And why would I know such a thing? I'm getting exhausted from this. I'm only telling you what I saw.
That's really strange. Maggie never mentioned anything about a bunch of bananas.
Yeah, because I don't think there's a bunch of bananas.
That's it, Nick. He's got to be lying about the bananas.
Yeah, but what's the point of lying about bananas? He could be, but there's no reason for him to lie about there being bananas at the crime scene. And what if it's not a lie?
Well, maybe he thought he was seeing one thing and it was something else.
If he mistook something else for a bunch of bananas, then that would be an inaccuracy. Think, Phoenix, think. My client is innocent. There's no way he could have seen what he says he did.
Which means if we can somehow show he's lying...
Yeah, that's exactly what we need to do. She's right. She's got a sharp mind, but I just wish I could remember who she is. Maya something.
Is everything okay, Nick?
We'll get to it. Was it Party Carl afternoon? Okay, well, let's see. The last thing was the bananas. My client is innocent. Okay, this is just the same thing. Okay. So clearly the bananas is the lie because the game was pretty much talking about that. I do want to check out the new things. Let's see. So we found, we talked about this. Let's see what else we got. Glasses, crime photo, the baseball glove. By the way, this is it. Spoiler alert. It's my hand. I wrote my cell phone number on the other, or on the back. Maggie, Dustin, Winston, Maya. I don't remember who she is, but I get the feeling I know her. Yeah, you spent a sizable amount of time saving each other from jail last episode. A self-proclaimed not the last episode, last series, the last game. Richard Wellington, Virtuoso, still looking for the right college. I think that's everybody. Okay. Anyway, the answer, by the way, is the glove, because it looks like bananas. Objection! So we get that. Mr. Wellington, I real quick, just wanna talk about this. I believe I have the bananas you saw, right here. So you knew about the bananas too. Why didn't you say so earlier? Ho 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 ho. But don't think you can use it as a way to pull more information out of me. And that's where you'd be wrong, my friend. That's where you would be wrong. Mr. Wright, what is the meaning of this?
Isn't that the baseball glove?
What? A baseball glove? Doesn't it look delicious? Care for a bite? I'll warn you though, it's a bit leathery. That's not... It's a... No! Ooh. Have we heard this music? I think we have. Boom. Your Honor, I think this proves one very important fact. This guy got no idea what a banana is. Or a baseball glove. Or this witness. Let's see. Loves bananas? I don't think that's it. Has bad eyesight? No, because recognized, right? Has bad eyesight? No, because he recognized Maggie. So knows nothing about baseball? No, maybe it is bad eyesight. Maybe it's bad eyesight. By the way, just how bad are your eyes? Yeah. That's the only thing that makes sense in the case. Huh, why are you asking me about this all of a sudden? There we go.
Your Honor, it is very simple to mistake the glove for a bunch of bananas.
No, it's not. Even the judge... No, I don't think so. Objection overruled. You're one of those people. Yes, you know what I mean. You're like those people who refuse to Galileo's Copernican theory. You're too realistic with the world, new possibilities. Sure, we find out there's in fact a glove, not bananas. However, when viewed from far, I do think there's not room for doubt, don't you?
And that's why I asked you about how bad your eyesight is.
They're both 2200. I suppose you're going to tell me that's terrible, right? That is terrible. Well, why are you not wearing glasses then today? That's because I lost them recently, you see. Of course, I was planning on getting a new pair made right away. But you know, my glasses are no ordinary glasses, so to replace them. How about when you witnessed the crime? Were you wearing your glasses then? Hey. How about it, witness? Come on, tell us the truth. Get it over with. You're an unrelenting evil man. You're like those people who reject Joan of Arc and put her to death. She was brave and courageous, only to be caught by horrible and rescued people, and while she didn't do anything right, she was still gruesomely burned at the... Which boils down to you weren't wearing your glasses at the time, thank you very much. Therefore, the identity of the woman at the scene of the crime and that of the defendant cannot be proven to be the same by this witness. What are you objecting to?
But the height difference was only 9 feet. It's very possible for him to see the face of the culprit standing on the upper path.
Witness, please be more accurate in your testimony. Remember, a person's life is at stake. Yes, Your Honor. Now then, please continue with your testimony.
Please tell the court what happened next in the moments after you witnessed the crime.
We got more? Alright, let's do this. What happened next? The girl on the upper path ran away as soon as she realized I was there. After that, I immediately called the police station to report the crime. It must have been 6:45 p.m. when I made the call. They must have a lot of free time on their hands since they showed up within 10 minutes. Alright, short and sweet. So the person who was up on the upper path saw you and then ran away. Yes, that is correct. Which is why even someone without a superior brain like mine can understand that that girl is the murderer. Huh. Are you sure about that? You may question the witness now, Mr. Wright. Yeah, you go ahead and do your thing. Alright, sweet. What happened next? What did happen next? Let's find out. The girl on the upper path ran away as soon as she realized I was there. She ran away just like that? Yes, she did. She saw me and flew the nest like the guilty bird she is. And so, I'm sorry, was that pun too hard for somebody who only got a third-rate education? For a third-rate education, at least I know what a baseball glove is. Actually, it did take me a few seconds to get... Phoenix, don't give him props! Anyway, if she ran away the instant she saw you, how could you tell it was my client?
The witness has already answered that question. He has stated that the defendant is the culprit.
Is this true, Mr. Wright? I'm striking a question from the record. How can I get more information out of it? We pin something else? You called the police station immediately. Alright. Immediately. As in immediately. I mean, sure, a minute might have elapsed before I did, but that's the duty of every good citizen. Or did they not teach you that at your pitiful school?
I think people learn about how to call the police in college? You learned that at like age 5 to 8, somewhere in that ballpark. Maybe earlier. Hey Nick, I think you should take a look at the court record for a sec.
That sounds like a clue there. Alright, let's, I'm not going to present it yet, but let's check out real quick. After that, I immediately called, let's see. Time of death, 6:28. You called immediately. I think that's the only one that talks about time. And then, it must have been 6:45 when I made the call. That's not immediately. There you go. That's the evidence right there. But we're going to hear this conversation. How do you know what time it was? The detective told me. You know which one I mean. The one with the jacket that makes him look like a dropout from a no-name high school. Hey, pal. I graduated from a pretty good top-ranked college. Oh, boy. I don't believe this. Doesn't matter. I don't believe I was mistaken on what time I called. Alright, cool. Glad to hear it.
Maya, we got him.
If I'm wrong, then that detective obviously doesn't know how to tell time.
What? Why you're just some lousy kid. I think the court can see your point. Anyway, how did the police respond?
There must have been a lot of free time on their hands. They showed up within 10 minutes. Alright, so you're saying that there were police on the scene by 7? They got there before that, I think. There usually aren't many people in that area at the time of day. But suddenly, before I knew it, there were people crawling all over, gawking. Ha ha ho. It certainly says something about the morals of the people in this country. Can't find anything out of the ordinary in his testimony.
Why don't you take one more look at the court record?
Yeah, I think I should. Okay. Let's see. Called immediately. It must have been 6:45 when I made the call. I'm going to present it here. I hope this is right. The problem with the Ace Attorney game sometimes is that if you don't do it exactly the way that they expect it, then it doesn't work. But here it is. 6:28 time, 6:45. I think this should be it.
Objection!
I think that's it. Mr. Wellington, would you please take a look at this? You mean the victim's autopsy report? According to this, the murder occurred at 6:28 p.m. So, what of it? Well, you said that you called the police immediately after the murder took place, which means that you would have called by, say, 6:30. However, by the time you had called the police, it was already 6:45, according to what you said and what the detective has said. There's clearly a 15-minute gap here. Do you deny it? I think this court would like to hear what you were doing during that 15-minute period. Were you just staring at the body, man? What are you doing?
The witness was in shock at the time after witnessing a terrible murder. It's only to be expected that he would be a little dazed.
No. Nani, excuse me. 15 minutes is hardly what I would call a little daze. 15 minutes is the shock of the day, considering you think that the guy was trying to call 911, or whatever the equivalent is in this country. Mr. Wellington. Yes. Explain yourself. What were you doing during those 15 minutes? I think answer the question. I think he was not doing anything legit. I had telephone. I am being... Oh, ho, ho. Spill it out. Come on.
I was searching for a phone booth.
A phone booth? You mean you don't have a cell phone?
You and your questions.
As if you're trying to open all of the layers of a Matryoshka doll? Is that the nesting doll? Russian nesting doll? Isn't it really something special? Witness! Come on. Let's go. I lost my cell phone. There. Are you happy? You lost it. Unbelievable. You lose your glasses and your cell phone. You must be very scatterbrained when it comes to your belongings.
What? Are you saying that
First-class people are never... I was thinking... Now I feel like it's like switching to this, like,
what? Are you saying that first-class people, first-rate people are never allowed to lose things?
I mean, my dear friend, that's not it at all.
Haven't you ever heard that all genius of a strange quirk but true is by the rationale I have the quirk which means that a genius? I don't think simple plain people like you can understand.
Enough.
Oh man.
Wait, hold on a second. He lost his cell phone? Phoenix, are you thinking what I'm thinking?
Nick, that cell phone. Could it be?
Maya, are you thinking what I'm thinking?
You mean this phone that Maggie found?
There's no way. We can't be this lucky. Boy, I didn't see this coming. What should I do now? My tendencies is to question further. So I'm gonna question further. Mr. Wellington, where is your cell phone right now? Ho ho ho. What are you getting all excited about? You seem to be a little confused. I found my phone, I'll have you know. See? Here it is. I see.
Looks like he's got his phone. And I thought that just maybe this was his.
Something's not right here. Well, I think we've cleared this issue up. At the time of the murder, the witness did not have his cell phone because he had lost it. Therefore, the delay in his call was caused by a search for a phone booth. Wait a minute, hold up. That doesn't make any sense. Yeah, ho, ho, ho. Well, that's the gist of it. I guess you could put it that way and leave it at that. Do you have any further questions, Mr. Wright? Yeah, I gotta, hold up, wait a minute. Your Honor, the witness testimony doesn't make any sense. Frankly speaking, he be a dum-dum. I don't believe that there was ever a need for the witness to search for a phone.
How dare you? You can't just make outrageous claims like that. You do have some sort of proof, don't you?
Well, yeah, of course. This evidence should be good enough, I think. All right, let's have this proof then. Please present proof that the witness had no need to search for a public phone booth. Yes, it is one of these things. Is it that one? It's this one. There's a giant phone booth right here. I think the witness literally used this as evidence against me real quick. So how about this apple? It's quite simple, actually. Take a look at this. At the crime scene photo.
Is there a problem with it?
Oh, there's nothing wrong with the picture. But if you don't understand my logic after looking at it, something's wrong with you. No! It's a phone booth. That is correct. The victim literally fell off a phone booth. How you not find a phone booth then? All the defendant has to do was walk 3 steps. I think you can do that in 15 minutes. Mr. Wellington, why didn't you use the phone that was right in front of you? We have phone booths in this country. This is still 2006-ish or something in that ballpark. I don't know what year this is. This is the early 2000s. Phone booths are still relatively common-ish. Yeah, early mid 2000s. I feel like phone booths were there. Ooh, Oogan? I don't know what noise that was. Order! Oh, great, we're getting objection.
What does reporting the crime a little late prove for the defense?
Objection!
Now, hold up, wait a minute. The witness can't explain what he was doing for those 15 minutes. Talk. Explain to me. It's reason enough to throw suspicion on his testimony. Yes, this is very true. What do you have to say for yourself, witness?
And I bet this phone really is his, Nick.
Maya, thank you very much.
He must have killed Dustin to get his phone back.
You know what, Maya? I think you're right. But Maggie said that she was going to return it to him, so there was no need for him to kill for it. And on top of that, we still have the phone she found anyway, right?
But if he wasn't looking for his cell phone, maybe he was looking for something else?
Was he? Mr. Wright? Yes, Your Honor. Do you have any thoughts you would like to share with the court? Can you offer an explanation as to what the witness was doing during those 15 minutes? I do have an idea. There's only one possible explanation. And I think the witness has kind of already hinted at it. All right, let's hear your explanation. I will be forewarned that if your explanation is not persuasive, you will be penalized. Think carefully before you present, Mr. Wright. Yes, Your Honor. Yeah, boy. Probably shouldn't have said that there was only one possibility. I probably should have said there were like 6, and I'm going to pick one. Please present to the court the one piece of evidence that will answer the following. Why didn't the witness call the police right away? I think these are his. So I'm banking on this. Here we go. The penalty's not too bad, but yeah, I think this is it. Mr. Wellington.
What? Don't do that. You almost give me a heart attack.
These are your glasses, aren't they?
Where did you find?
Go. I believe the court all heard what you just confessed to. These are yours. These glasses are in fact yours. Crowd's going wild with excitement. I'll tell you where they were found, Mr. Wellington. These glasses were found under the victim's body. Under the victim's body? Crowd's going wild now. Order! Everybody, calm down. Now, wait a second, hold on. I didn't confess or confirm anything. No, relax. Your Honor, I think the answer is quite clear here. As he fell, Dustin Prince grabbed the culprit's glasses. The culprit knew that he had to find his glasses and search frantically for them. The game is run slow as a result. What he didn't realize is that they were under the victim's body. Boom. And that's why it took him 15 minutes to make that call. Boom. Mr. Wright, are you indicting the witness as the real murderer? You know what? Yes, I am. Of course. That's precisely what I'm doing. That's what I do, isn't it? I point out that some random person that walked into the courtroom just happened to be the guy that did the whole thing. I know I'm right. He's the real murderer. Did you figure it out, Nick? Figuring it out now, more or less. Turns out this cell phone was the key to the case after all. Anyway, now is our chance to deep six this guy. I'll sink him in one shot.
Yeah, all right, Nick. This is so exciting watching you work again.
Somehow, my old self is coming back to me. It's time to sink or swim. Everything rests on the edge of a knife. This is the moment I've been waiting for. Order!
Your Honor, the defense is making a mockery of this court. Without any solid ground to stand on, he accuses the witness of being the murderer.
Yeah, that's right. I'm no criminal. The rape fraud of a lawyer. In that case, why don't we look at it from a different perspective? Let's hear your explanations to why you're not the murderer. Talk to me. Explain it. Well, that's easy. For example, there's the name the victim wrote. What about that? Oh, you mean the name Maggie? Yeah, even an idiot like you can read that, right? But we already know this wasn't written by the victim himself. After all, the defendant's name is Maggie E.Y. and the victim was left-handed. In other words, in order to make the defendant look guilty, the real criminal used the victim's right hand to write her name on the ground. But, wouldn't that mean that the real criminal was someone the defendant knew? Otherwise, how else would that person know her name was Maggie, or Maggie? That's a good point. The witness didn't even know of Miss Bird, but right before this trial. Ah, I forgot about that. Well, was there any way this creep could have known Maggie's name beforehand? No. Oh, shoot. No matter how I look at it, it's no good. There's no way. Nick, you can't let the slime back it away. Think harder. Please, thank you. Okay, let's go back. It'd be best if I could prove that the witness has a chance to learn. I just clicked through a bunch of buttons. The defendant's name was Maggie. Now, will the defense plead how they know the case? Thankfully, they did not allow me. Sometimes the game will throw you into that. Is this one? I'm assuming the cell phone's best, right? Yeah, so let's go off the cell phone. Present that. Mr. Wellington, you didn't have your cell phone with you on the day of the murder, correct? So what if I didn't? When you realized you had lost it, what did you do? What did I do? Didn't you try to find it by calling it? Why, how did you...
Your Honor, these questions have nothing to do with it.
No, calm yourself. Overruled. Mr. Wright, where are you going with this line of questioning? You think there's some relation between the witness' cell phone and the murder? I do, Your Honor, in fact. I believe that we've got an answer right here. On the day of the murder, Maggie Bird picked up a lost phone in the park. And, this is the important part, she also received a phone call from the owner of the phone. Alright, we're not going to go through this again, but hello. Oh, yeah, I've been looking for your phone. Yeah, we know all this. This was earlier. That's when you learned that her name was Maggie, but you didn't know how it was spelled. No, but you made one fatal mistake, my friend. Fatal mistake? My client's name is Maggie E.Y., but the name that was written on the ground was Maggie I.E. This is a mistake that could only occur if you knew how her name sounded, and only how her name sounded. Yeah. Crowd's like, oh shoot, he done did it again. Order.
But, Your Honor, the witness has no motive.
And your point is?
It's very simple, Your Honor. A person usually would not kill someone without a reason. Mr. Wellington had no reason to kill anyone.
That is absolutely correct. I don't have a motive. Mr. Wright. Your Honor? Can you explain what motive this witness could have had? Yeah, I have an idea. It's very simple, Your Honor.
Are you sure, Nick? It's that simple? Cause I got no clue. Are you sure you know what you're doing here?
If I said I can't offer an explanation, then the trial's over, right?
Yeah, but...
Now then, please present to this court, the court proof that the witness had a motive. I think this is the motive.
Take that!
Mr. Wellington's motive is right here. What is this? A list? These phone numbers were pulled from the memory of the phone the defendant found. And we've determined that the people on this list are members of a certain group. You looked up all those numbers? Of course I did. This list of phone numbers was stored in the cell phone's memory. The names and numbers belong to people who are members of a certain con artist group.
What? Con artist?
Can you explain why these numbers were on your phone, Mr. Wellington? You got Mr. Con A artist. Like, come on. This is an outrage, an invasion of privacy. Looking up the phone numbers on a person's phone is a worse crime than murder. No? You're one of those people. You're just like all the cops who raided the building. I don't know who that is. Disrupted art and something about a goddess. I don't care, Mr. Wellington. All I want is for you to tell us what this list is about. Explain each of these names, like, you know, fake A person? Fake A person? That's not even a real person. Do any of you know what it's like to be a refined man such as me? No, we don't. And apparently Payne doesn't either.
Your Honor, this is unjustified badgering of the witness.
Objection overruled. This is literally his job. Mr. Wright, what is the meaning of this? Why would the witness have the numbers of a group of con artists on his phone? Isn't that obvious? The witness is looking into the group, a victim of the group, or a member of that group. I'm going member, because otherwise this entire thing doesn't make any sense. Boom. Mr. Wellington is a member of this very group. No! All of your friends' phone numbers here are stored right on this phone. If anyone were to look into these phone numbers, it would be all over for you. So, that's why you had to kill. No, this is too much. Yeah, you're done. That does make quite a bit of sense. Well, Mr. Wellington, would you care to explain? I got you now. The police officer. What?
Your Honor.
What is it, Mr. Pate? He was just about to get to the good part.
Your Honor, this is unjustified battering of the witness.
Haven't you already done that? You said the exact same thing only a few seconds ago.
Please, let's think about the contents of that phone call.
Beep. Yeah, we're doing this again. Yep.
The defendant had already promised that he would return the phone. After that, all Mr. Wellington had to do was meet Miss Bird to get his phone back. Why then would he need to kill anyone?
That is a valid point. What does the defense think about this? If you think about it logically, then it makes sense.
Maybe we should be thinking outside the box.
Maybe we should be thinking unlogically. Maya? Yeah, sure. Why not? If you think like that, let's see. Maybe that slimeball saw something at this crime scene that made him commit murder. Your thoughts, Mr. Wright? Well, I don't think Mr. Wellington would pick up his phone in a very friendly manner.
But he was promised his phone, so why would he have been so unfriendly to the defendant?
I think he must have seen something that didn't agree with him when he got there. Well then, Mr. Wright? What was this something that didn't agree with the witness? What was it? What if it is the Dustin Prince? Is this it? What Mr. Wellington saw was the victim.
The victim? You mean Dustin Prince?
Dustin Prince had gone on this date right after the shift was over. With no time to change, he went to the park still wearing his police uniform. There we go, I got it, I think. This has to be it. Oh! Alright. The girl that picked up my phone is with the policeman. He couldn't have known they were going out, so he began to worry. He was afraid the policeman would ask a few questions before returning the phone. If I do anything suspicious, he might run a check on my phone. In his mind, it was possible they'd already run a check on the phone. And he went into a panic, is what you're saying. Bingo. Exactly. Officer Prince was murdered simply because he was in uniform. Mr. Payne, do you have any comments? That's what I'm saying.
I'm thinking.
It seems the truth has come out at last. The witness, Mr. Wellington, you are... Impressive. Not bad for a person with a third-rate education. What's that supposed to mean? The evidence. Evidence!
God, that guy's really creeping me out.
All you've been waving around and talking about is that suspicious cell phone. Suspicious phone number this, suspicious con rip that. They're all on that phone. But who's to say that phone is really mine? What's your proof? Your evidence? You want proof that this phone is yours?
I already told you earlier. That phone I've lost, I've already found it. You don't have the slightest idea who the phone in your hand belongs to. But you can be sure it isn't mine, you simpleton.
What? Excuse me?
It feels good to see you squirm.
We do seem to have a problem on our hands with this phone. Whose phone is it? Not knowing that, it's meaningless as evidence. Your Honor. This is bad. Can't let him turn the tables on me like this. The cell phone. There has to be something I've overlooked. There's got to be. Maybe. The stored numbers is what we've gone over, right? So fingerprints on the phone, maybe? I got it. We should check for fingerprints. Fingerprints? Yes, Your Honor. Mr. Wellington must have left some prints on this phone.
Nick, don't you remember? When you got that from Maggie, you wiped it off.
I did what?
You said there was sand all over it, so...
Wiped it? I wiped it?
Ah, drat. Pretty thoroughly, too.
Maya, you gotta stop me from doing these smart things. Just turn him into a warrior or something like that for a second.
It's so much fun watching like third-rate trash babble like morons amongst themselves.
Ah, he's made a complete recovery.
How many times do I have to say this? My phone is right here, you see? Oh, and incidentally, you can't check the numbers stored on this phone.
Maybe both answers were wrong, it sounds like.
It must have glitched because all the numbers just magically disappeared.
You've got to be joking. He erased all the numbers I was going to use as evidence. Mr. Wellington.
What's this? By the tone of your voice, it sounds as though you still have some fight left in you.
Where'd you finally find your cell phone?
Ha 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 ha. Oh, you are too much. And of course you have no idea what I'm talking about.
I don't. No, I don't. Oh my god. Now I remember. Oh, snap. From the very beginning. Huh. Looks like they hung up. Ah, good. I finally found you. Or found it. This digital Bidoof son of a Dracavolt. So that's when I ought to do something. What's wrong, Mr. Attorney? Why the harsh glare in your eyes? Oh, great, he's starting to Pegasus again.
Nick, we've worked so hard to get this far, but if you don't do something quick, he's gonna get out scot-free.
I know. Right. I know this phone has to be his. But how am I supposed to prove something like that? Mr. Wright, if you cannot prove who the owner of that cell phone is, your indictment has no basis and therefore no power. It looks like you came up a penny short. Where did I go wrong? Don't blame yourself. You're merely a third-rate lawyer. You only made one big mistake. Who are you? What are you? It's something you haven't figured out for yourself yet. Who I am? The court hereby concludes the cross-examination. That will be all. I'll have to bid you gentlemen and ladies goodbye. I have a reservation at that ultra-fancy restaurant on the upper side of town.
Thank you for your assistance. You've had a stressful day, so please, bon appetit.
What am I supposed to do? Am I supposed to just let it go at that? Raise an objection. Hold it. Please wait, Your Honor.
No. All right, Nick.
I think I may be able to prove it. Prove it? Prove what, Mr. Wright? Everything.
What? Your Honor, the cross-examination's already ended. Besides, the defense is just gonna badger the witness with more inane questions.
You will not harass the witness. Is that clear, Mr. Wright? All right, sure. Why not? Did you hear that? No harassment allowed, Mr. Attorney. Please, Your Honor. Fine. Very well. But this is your last chance, Mr. Wright. What? You may present one piece of evidence to the court. You only get one shot at this. If you cannot prove everything, it's over for your client and for you. Do you fully understand? Yeah, I think so. Yes, Your Honor.
I'm sure you are well aware, Your Honor, but the cross-examination period has ended.
Were you paying attention, Mr. Payne? I said that Mr. Wright could present only one more piece of evidence.
Oh.
Now then, Mr. Wright, this is your last chance. It all comes down to this. It's go time. Please present the one piece of evidence that will explain everything. We haven't used it yet, and I think this is it. Let's present the business card. Thank you, nice. Here, please have one of mine. Oh, thanks, Judge. Appreciate it. Wait, what am I doing? This isn't the time to be exchanging business cards. Your Honor, there's something very important about that card, and that is the back. This card is important because what is on the back?
You wrote your cell phone number in the back, but...
That's exactly it, Maya. Can you please call this number from your cell phone?
Huh? Right now? But court is still in session.
It's okay. You'll see.
Okay, if you say so.
Is the defense preparing something, Mr. Wright? We're gonna call my cell phone right now. And then the court's gonna see everything for what it is.
Of all the idiotic, stupid things to...
Fascinating. What? Why is my phone... interesting. But that's my number. And what is with this stupid sounding ringtone? Mr. Wellington. Huh? How strange. I could almost swear that you're holding my phone. You're good. No. It can. By the way, before I forget, thank you very much for the lump on my head this morning. I don't think I need to explain any further, except to say, when you went to retrieve your cell phone, you mistakenly took the wrong one. And now, your time has concluded. Oh, he's just gonna go plop. And scene. So that is what happened. You were knocked out by Mr. Wellington. Yeah, he's a man who lives on his pride and self-image alone, and apparently a very, very good fire hydrant or fire extinguisher user, apparently. In order to hide his involvement with the con artist group, he has become paranoid and lost all ability to make rational judgment, as evidenced by the fact that he threw a fire extinguisher at me.
And then, Mr. Wright, the phone you're holding?
Oh, this? It's Mr. Wellington's, naturally. Speaking of that man, how is he, Mr. Payne?
He was arrested and has been taken away, Your Honor.
Alright, good. Very well. Now then, this court finds the defendant, Maggie Bird, not guilty. Boom. Victory from the jaws of defeat, as is the Phoenix right way. That is all. This court is adjourned. Alright, I gotta go prepare.
September 8th, 2:16 p.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby Number 1.
We done did it.
I knew that the real you would shine through eventually. I'm so moved by what you've done for me, sir. Thank you so much, Mr. Wright. I feel really bad for Dustin. He didn't do anything to deserve this.
Yeah, it's probably because of me. What?
My whole life has been nothing but a whirlwind of bad luck and failures. Your whole life? It can't be that bad, can it?
Since I was 6 months old when I fell from the 9th floor of my apartment building. Gosh darn, Maggie, you have had a rough business if at 6 months. How did you fall?
I've been hit by all sorts of vehicles, gotten sick from all sorts of foods, failed at almost every test I've ever taken, experienced almost every kind of disaster. Never won or even tied at a game of tic-tac-toe.
Maggie, Maggie needs a hug.
My life has really been nothing but a string of disasters.
That is pretty bad. Phoenix, you're not great at this.
Up until I went to college, I was known as the Goddess of Misfortune. And then at the academy, everyone called me Lady Luckless. Lady Luckless? What's worse is that my misfortune always seems to latch onto those around me. What do you mean? When I see someone in trouble, I always try to help.
That's right. We were talking about this earlier.
It happened again recently too, sir. There was an old lady pacing back and forth by the pedestrian crosswalk. I gave her my hand and before I knew it, we were having dinner at my house.
Oh?
I'm sure that Dustin's gone because of me.
I'm not sure what that has to do with the crosswalk or anything.
That's untrue. The glove didn't even have any sort of special meaning. It was just a present to say thanks for covering one of my night shifts. Oh, I see. Everything's all my fault. Dustin's death, your head being all messed up.
Well, I don't think my head is that messed up yet.
I'm gonna find a new life for myself starting now. The next time we meet, I'm sure I'll found a whole ocean's worth of good luck by then, sir.
I wish you all the luck, Maggie. All the good luck. After all, the Goddess of Misfortune is only a name.
You bet. I'm gonna make it, I promise. Next time we meet, I'll only be an unlucky person instead of a goddess.
There we go. That's just a big baby steps there. Yeah, that's the spirit.
Well, Mr. Wright, Maya, I should get going. Okay, good luck to you. Adios. Thank you. You take care of yourselves too.
And Maggie, the goddess, is off. Oh my gosh, what a day. I've got my memory back, but things are still a little fuzzy.
But you're okay, and that's what counts. You really had me worried there. Come on, let's go back to the office.
I'm afraid to ask, but here goes. So, this might sound bad, but who are you?
What? Mr. Phoenix Wright, I thought you said you got your memory back.
At that moment, everything really did come back to me. that particular moment, Maya was about to punch me in the gut. We got everything back. Detective Gumshoe, he's someone I've had clashes with in the past during certain cases, but he's also been a good ally during others. And then we got the judge. He's a lovable, kind old man who's easily swayed by other people's opinions, which is probably not great for a judge. But in the end, he always comes up with the right verdict. This person, I haven't got a clue. He's like, I got no idea who this guy is. Winston Payne. He seems to know me, but maybe he's mistaken me for someone else. It's funny because Winston Payne is the tutorial guy, so he shows up at the first case and then never appears again in the rest of the game. And you. And this girl. Maya?
You finally remembered.
This is Maya Fey, my assistant. I don't know how she got to be my assistant, though. We still haven't figured that out. She just kind of showed up one day and then was like, I'm hiring myself. That's right. I have so many unforgettable memories about her. The whole video game about her. And it was kind of chaotic. For example,
Earth Nick, what's wrong? You keep staring at me. Don't tell me you've missed me.
Maya, of course I've missed you. It's been so forever since I played the last game. With that said, don't take it too far. Well, yeah, I suppose I have. I mean, I feel like I haven't seen you in ages.
Oh? Well, I'm back now, so it's time for us to create new memories together.
Alright, sounds good. What are we doing? All the phone numbers on my phone were erased by Mr. Wellington. Guess I have to start over from the very beginning.
Come on, Nick, let's go to our usual burger joint.
Okay. Actually, it hasn't even been that long since you came back into my life. And that story began on one rainy afternoon 2 months ago. That's the end of the first episode. I guess the second episode is a flashback. I didn't even realize that. Perfect place to end the episode here. The second case begins next time, I suppose. That wraps things up here. Thank you, everyone, for listening, watching, and supporting in any way, shape, or form that you do. The Ace Attorney series is on its usual, weekend sort of uploads. So until next time, everyone, thank you very much for listening, watching, and supporting in any way, shape, or form that you do, and take care.